You can always
Helpful
find
Hun.
one. Yep, and that we did. Back to Portland, Frank Vogel spoke with Mike Trudell in the media a few minutes ago.
Okay, Frank, we know AD had the stomach illness and wasn't able to come back. Was that something you were concerned about pregame, and how did you think that evolved?
Yeah, he was battling the thumb, trying to figure if that was going to inhibit him from playing. And then, he woke up this afternoon with a bit of a stomach bug. Came back in and said the thumb felt pretty good, probably good enough to play, and he went and threw up in the bag. Still wanted to give it a go, but by the time tip-off came around, he had already thrown up 4 times. And he wanted to try to, just see if getting out on the floor would change it, but wasn't able to go.
What did you see, especially once he went out, and the different kinds of defenses you were trying to throw out, and just the different personnel groups? What were you trying to get together?
Yeah, we're struggling to contain quick, deep shooting guards. With this year's personnel and the way we like to bring double teams. So we pulled back on it some, and those guys took advantage of it. I mean, before we pulled back on it, we weren't tough enough, with our low man and our rotations, and we weren't containing their guards in the trap well enough. So neither one was happening. We pulled back into our base coverage, and that's risky against shooters like Dame and CJ. And they got going a little bit, and at that point when we were down, we just tried to junk the game up.
Frank, obviously tonight Russ was 1 for 13, and we've seen the air balls and shots not going off the backboard, not hitting the rim. How do you evaluate his performance, not just tonight, but I mean generally the 10-game marker is a pretty good checkpoint? How tonight especially? What have you got from him?
Yeah, he's shown flashes of being great for us. We all didn't have a good night. The whole team didn't have a good night, and we got to find ways as a coaching staff to help him and put him in a position to succeed. And it's on all of us, to make sure that happens, make sure he gets comfortable and feels good, about the environment around him. And that's what we're working towards. We're all sticking together. We're all believing in the same thing, and we're going to get through nights like tonight.
Frank, you guys held them to 15 points in the second quarter, kind of got back into it. I think it was 42 in the third. What was not occurring on the defensive end that needed to?
Well, like I said, we pulled back on our double teams because we weren't executing them well enough, like we haven't been the last few games. So we fell back into some of our base coverages, and Dame's been cold. Dame got hot. That's the biggest thing that sticks out. And obviously they go on a run. You try to junk the game up again and play a little more zone. And we weren't very good in the zone during that stretch either. So credit the Blazers for playing great.
When you still want to evaluate your team over the effect of this 10-game stretch, and if so, when you see these first 10 games?
Yeah, I don't keep a 10-game marker. There's a constant evaluation going on all year. And every time this group is in front of us, we learn something more about what they can and can't do, and ways to put them in positions to succeed. That's what our coaching staff is focused on. And tonight we just didn't have enough, didn't play well enough.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
I guess I throw it to you guys with this. The injury bug has really hit this team early. There's nothing you can do about that. And it's not an excuse, but when you look at Ariza, THT, and none that haven't played, LeBron's missed 4 of the 10 games. They weren't basically without AD tonight. How do you stay on message? How do you not splinter, fracture, and just kind of